Hi everyone, I just want to show you how to make the most out of doing a maths page using some of your maths skills that I've mentioned. You've got reasoning, you've got problem solving, you've got understanding, you've got recalling. So for example, this page, you look at the page, get your daughter or son to look at the page. Okay, what do you think we have to do here? Look at this and see what they say. You start off and say, okay, what shape is that? It's a circle. Could you tell me two things about a circle? It's round and it doesn't have any corners or edges. Can you see any circles in the house here? Can you see 3 circles? Okay, what colour is it? It's red. Could you name 5 things that are red for me? Just getting as much language, getting them thinking as much as possible. So, okay, how many circles have you got here? You've got 1 there. And how many circles have you got here? You've got 1 there as well. So how many is that altogether? That's 2. So 1 and 1 equals 2. So we say 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 and 1 makes 2. So get as much language as possible. Okay, now would you talk me through this next one and get them to say, okay, there are 2 circles here and there's 1 there, and if you put them together, 2 plus 1, well, we know if you add 1 to a number, the answer is the next number. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. They're quite easy, but draw as much language as you can out of them. And then the next one, okay, what's different about this? Yeah, we're doing the same thing, but this time we're using fingers. How many fingers are being held up here? 1. How many fingers are being held up there? 2. So how many fingers are being held up all together? 1 and 2 is 3. You go 1, 2, 3. I have a new game for today, and it's a 10 frame game. This is a 10 frame. It's literally just a box with 5 squares on top and 5 on the bottom. On this game, we're working on counting in this game, we're working on position, and we're working on direction. Children work in pairs, or it could be a grown up with a child. One person has this 10 frame, one person has the other. Put a barrier, like a book, between you so you can't see each other's 10 frames. And the first child has to put some, I have used some of the Play-Doh that I made last week. You could use pieces of paper, coins, whatever you want, and you put them on the 10 frame in whatever order you want. And the other child, or the grown-up, has to guess exactly where you've put them. They have to replicate what your 10 frame looks like. Now you can only answer yes or no. So you can do it once and then you can swap around. So for example, a person might say to you, is there a coin or is there some Play-Doh in the first row in the first square? Yes, there is one in the first row in the first square, so they have to do that then. Are there any pieces of Play-Doh on the second row, on the bottom row? No, there are none. Okay, so there's none there. Is there a piece of Play-Doh on the second square in the top row? Yes. No, there isn't. So there's nothing there. And so on and so forth. Well, you could use 2 different colours of Play-Doh to make it harder. You could reverse the game so that the first child here says, okay, in the first row, in the first box, you have a yellow piece of Play-Doh. And the other person has to copy. In the second box, you have a green piece of, second box on the top row, you have a green piece of Play-Doh. You can make it even more difficult by only allowing the second child to ask 5 questions. So you can use a different coloured counters or different colours of Play-Doh, and they have to be put in the same place. And then you can say, okay, you can get more maths out of this. Okay, there are 5 on top. How many yellow are there? There's 3 yellow and 2 green. So that's 3 plus 2 is 5. How many squares are empty? There are 5 squares. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So all the time getting as much maths language as possible out of this. You could say, okay, if you've got 4 pieces of Play-Doh there, How many spaces on the 10 frame are empty? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or if there's 5 there and there's 1 there, so 5 plus 1 is 6. And then you've got 6 plus 4 is 10. So there's so many opportunities with this